you doing?
I was gonna make spaghetti.
Can I see that?
Don't mess it up now.
We're making thick pasta. Okay.
All right.
Welcome back to another episode of Smash Bros. Today, we'll be making homemade fresh pasta. You can totally do this by hand, the traditional way, but why not use technology? So we're going to start with 2.5 cups of regular AP all-purpose flour. Just dump that right into our Ninja food processor attachment, along with a teaspoon of salt, kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We have here a garlic infused olive oil because it's delicious, and 4 eggs that have been left out at room temperature for a couple hours. So for our pasta dough, that's literally it. 4 things. And it's good. All things that everyone probably has at home. I know I always have flour, usually have eggs, definitely salt. Anyway, bring it over to our beloved Ninja. And we're just going to pulse this. We want it to obviously come together, but we just want it to form a crumbly looking texture. I'm going to start with a couple pulses. That, and that's pretty close to what we're looking for already, honestly. As you can see, crumbs, they do stick together, but we have some stuff sticking to the sides, so I'm going to get a rubber spatula, knock some of that down, and pulse it a couple more times. Okay, now look at this. It looks like breadcrumbs. Squish it together, it sticks. That's what you're looking for right there. Perfect. So, I'm going to take out our blade. And yes, use the blade attachment, not the dough attachment, for this specific recipe here. Alright, get that out of the way, and we're just going to gather this up and make it into a ball. We have a mass of dough here. We're going to knead this for a couple minutes. Literally just spread it out, push. If your dough is a little sticky, like it's sticking to your board, put down some flour. Ours is not doing that yet, so I don't think we have to yet. If your dough feels a little dry, absolutely add a couple drops of water. Just take your fingers, dip it in some water, sprinkle it on there, make sure you get that right consistency. Alright, that's probably good. As you can see here, it's very elastic. I can pull it, stretch it, and it goes right back to where it was. So, what we're going to do with that is you can cover it with plastic wrap tightly, or we can put it in a bag and seal it. Now we are going to put this in this bag here, get some, not all of the air out of it, and let this sit for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. We'll be back in 30. Okay, so it's been more like an hour. That a little tangent. But I'm going to ask the help of my lovely daughter, Cal, to help roll out the pasta. So, you can see it is much softer. It is, like I said, about an hour. Anyway, we're going to start with just 1/4 of it. So we'll cut it in half. Cut it in half the other way. I'm going to use the first one, or one of the 4, rather. These go back in the bag and seal. So, I'm going to make it into a little patty first. Can you read my roller? Thank you. Start rolling a little bit. Get some flour in there. A little faster. Perfect. Perfect, dear. Okay, so I'm just making like an oval out of this, just so it's easier to roll. You're going to want a good amount of flour, because if it starts sticking to the roller, you're going to have to slap some flour on there, or put it through the roller itself, again, like I just did. So, I'm going to give it a shot. Alright, roll it the other way, please. And slow, just like that. Oh, tougher now, huh? Nice and slow. Nice and slow. So make it flat. A little faster. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to take this, tri-fold it, and do it again. Pretty cool, right? Why not take something that's messy and throw a 5-year-old in with it? Why not? Okay. One more time. Let me do this one myself this time. Okay. Now do it. That way. Okay, go. Faster. A lot faster. There you go. Okay. Put some flour in there. I'm going to take our thickness and reduce it 1 notch. Started at 1, we are now at 2. So, just a little bit thinner this time around. Do a couple times each thickness. I'm going to go down 1. Now at 3. Oops, sorry. A little bit thinner this time. You want to roll this one?
Yeah.
Throw some flour in there for good measure. Faster. Here. One more time. Go. You can see how elastic it's becoming. Like you can stretch this out. You can call it good right now if you wanted some super thick noodles. All right, we're gonna make it thinner even yet. We're on 4. See how bigger it is? Isn't that cool? Okay, we're gonna go down to 5. Now at this point, if it's getting too difficult, you can totally give it a quick cut in half. It's totally cool. Go ahead and spin it, dear. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wanna do it?
Okay. What's wrong?
Okay, that is at 5 out of 6 for the width. One more time through 5, and we'll do one time through 6. I'll do this one, okay?
Now we get a 6 one.
You got it. And you got a little fold up right there.
So long.
Isn't that way bigger than before, or what? Yeah. Alright, and we're going to go down to number 6. I'll start this one. I'm going to let her finish the second time through. There we go.
Let's roll the dough.
A little bigger as now. Now, I think we're going to cut it. We're gonna... Oh, first, before we do that, here, let's change this so it puts it on the cutter part. So this one just cuts the pasta. Okay? Get some flour in there to cut. Same thing. I'm gonna move this. Same thing. Save that, we'll do that in a moment. Roll it this way again, okay?
Okay.
Now we gotta roll it from the other way. So the pasta's gonna come out that way when it's cut. So go ahead and start rolling. There we go. Mm-hmm. Keep it rolling.
So cool.
I know, right? Doing great, kiddo. Okay, look at that. All of those noodles. Sweet, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. So, now,
Got more.
got a couple more.
This is the one that got.
Just gonna sprinkle these with flour. Dust them up a little bit, and I'll roll out the rest. Then we'll cook it. Okay, I did one more quarter of our dough. Still have 2 left. I'm gonna freeze those. I'm gonna wrap them tightly and freeze it. We're gonna use that for raviolis for another episode. But I do have 4 equal-ish piles. Big thanks to my partner, my helper. And I'm just gonna dust these with flour. And just make sure everything's kind of like separated and airy, nothing's sticking together. And we're just gonna let these sit. Now I know lots of folks that make their own pasta on the reg have a pasta dryer. We do not. That's cool. That's fine. So I'm gonna let these dry for as long as it takes me to make a sauce for another video, which will be like a half hour. Then we'll hit these in some water, boiling water, obviously. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we have at a ripping boil some heavily salted water, probably like a 1/4 cup per gallon. Anyways, we're gonna take our homemade nudes. I don't know what you want to call those, fettuccine, linguine. I don't really care. They're just homemade and they're good. Just plop them in. Long to cook, especially when we made it this thin. Woo. Woo. Yeah, that's done. What was that? 30 seconds? 45 seconds? Alright, I'm gonna strain that. Plate it. Okay, so we have some strained noodles. They look good. They're already delicious. I mean, I would eat it like that. Put some butter on there, some salt and pep. It's good. Now you don't have to use the homemade sauce that we have right here. You can literally put anything you want on there. Put curry powder on it. Whatever you want. It's delicious. It'll be good with anything. But we do have some homemade vodka sauce here. You can check that out in another video. So I'll take some of that sauce. So, again, you can do whatever you want with this. There was some cheese, parsley, and that's good. That's amazing.